Welcome to another episode of the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined as always with my partner in crime, Joey Caps Gaming, or as I call him, Brother Joe. How you doing, Brother Joe?
King, I am wonderful today. Stupendous. How the heck are you, King? How is everything going? I know for both of us, we both have had a lot going on. So, and I guess we could talk about that later, right? So, how are you doing? How is everything?
We've had a lot of personal things going on in our lives, have we not?
Yeah, a lot,
yes.
a lot.
It is great for me to be back on YouTube. I have been waiting for this. By the way, do you notice there's a new King's Corner here? It's starting to come to shape. Actually, I'm just kind of hiding some boxes right now. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the future of Bethesda. We talk about it a lot, but I've been noticing on YouTube, it's a lot of woe is me right now. And even from some people that normally are on Bethesda's side, like Juicehead and Maddie, I've even seen, and I'm going to talk about some specific things that they've said, not that they've just totally jumped ship. But you can look at videos, very negative videos out there about Bethesda is creatively bankrupt. They're, Bethesda's done. Should we be worried about the Elder Scrolls 6 because of Starfield and Fallout 76, because of some of the declines that we've seen? Or, in my estimation, is it because Bethesda has tried something new with their last two projects, and now they're going to be getting back to doing what they know how to do? Joe, let's start right there.
All right, so I have to be fair to it all, right? So you could bring up Starfield, you could bring up 76. Like I know that was new, a multiplayer game, but it was a learning curve for them, right? With an online game, it's something that they've never done. This is brand new for them, and they went, and it took them a few years, but the game is actually a very, very, very solid game. Brand new players are going on every single day now. That's with help of the TV show, of course. But 76 is okay. It's fine now. Now, the issue, though, that I have with them, and I'm not saying, but it doesn't help their case, is the Fallout 4 next gen update.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, it's broken. And they haven't fixed it yet.
Well, they're the ones that broke it.
So I know.
Yeah.
So they broke their own game. So it's like, what are we doing? Why did that happen? How is it still not fixed? It's been months now, and it's still not. It's been like 6 months, 5 months. It's not fixed yet. So that's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. So it's gonna make you a little worried about Elder Scrolls 6, But then when you look at the good stuff, though, with Starfield, they tried something new. With 76, they tried something new. With Elder Scrolls 6, I think this is going to act a lot like Morrowind back in the day. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be the game to restore their reputation. And I think they know this. And Morrowind is the game that saved them from closing up shop many, many moons ago. So Elder Scrolls 6, I think, is going to kind of serve that purpose for them. It's going to restore their reputation and make people think, hey, they still have it. Let's play Fallout 5 now.
Yeah.
So it's and I know Shattered Space, that got a lot of, I haven't played it yet, but that got a lot of backlash because it wasn't as good as Far Harbor, people are saying. And so I do understand, and I haven't played it. You have, so I can't really speak on Shattered Space, but I think Bethesda knows Elder Scrolls 6 is basically not their last chance, but this is their opportunity to restore their reputation with their very loyal fan base. And regardless, if you're talking bad about Bethesda or not, if you can't stand them right now, you love their games. You love their games, and in the end of the day, you want them to be successful because you want more content from them because you love their games.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think it just comes from incredibly frustrated fans. And
absolutely.
Listen, Skyrim, 13 years old. Mods, brand new mods come out so frequently for Skyrim, more than any other game, more than Starfield. Starfield, because I'm making mod content. I think this past week they have 94 new mods on their site. Fallout 4 has like 140. Skyrim has 330. So it's that kind of tells you, hey, this is where the attention is for the fan base. So Elder Scrolls 6, they know, hey, we have to hit this out of the park. If we don't, then they might be, you know what. But I don't think we're there yet, is my point.
Let me see what you think about this. Juice had made a comment in one of his last videos. He said that Bethesda is long past producing Game of the Year type games. And I mean, it just kind of knocked me backwards. And of course, fair, the last two projects have not. Do you believe that Bethesda is past its prime? Did it pass its prime in Skyrim, or did it just try something new? And again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I think this is something we need to drill down on and see. Is there systemic problems at Bethesda, or were they trying something new and now we're going back to something that they're good at? Are they truly past the Game of the Year type studio? Where, I mean, you go back to the Morrowind, the Oblivion, the Fallout 3. It was constant Game of the Year, Game of the Year, yes. Game of the Year, Game of the Year.
Yeah. Are they past that? I think that their biggest issue is for their last three titles, Starfield, 76, Fallout 4, they were trying something new in each one of those games.
All of them.
You don't do that. You don't try something unless there are, so like with 76, an online game, brand new. If you had a spin-off, another single-player spin-off on the horizon 2 years after, okay, fine. But that's not the case. It's been 6 years now since 76. So if you want to try something new, fine, but you have to also give us some familiarity too in the things that we love about you guys. And I think that's their issue. It's okay, Fallout 4, let's try this new, perk tree, this awful way to level up. Let's try it. In 76, let's try this online game that had an incredibly steep learning curve for them to develop it and to evolve it into what it is today. Let's try something new in Starfield, a brand new IP, a space game, something we've never done. Let's try that. So the biggest issue that they have is they just released that stuff. They don't go back to the well and say, hey, okay, now we tried a new thing. It didn't work. It's like they try a new thing. It doesn't work. Then they try a new thing again and it doesn't work. Then they try a new thing again and it doesn't work. You have to go back to what made you, in my opinion. You don't have to try something new every single time. And I think they know this with Elder Scrolls 6. Look with 76. What did they do? Wastelanders. What did they do? That it became a completely different game. Yep. And you did not have a voiced protagonist in it. It felt like, Fallout 3, right? Or it did not have. So if 76 came out in that state, we say this all the time, and I loved So I enjoyed the game initially. So I wasn't a part of the crew that hated it. I actually enjoyed the terminals, the holotapes, and the notes.
I did too.
The desolate wasteland. I did enjoy it. But if 76 came out what in the same state Wastelanders was, it would have been different. Mm-hmm. It would have been different. So they have to stop trying to be so damn innovative, because there's only so many times that's gonna work.
Yeah.
And so just go back, make Elder Scrolls 6, do what you're good at. And I think it's still there. I think it's still in there. It has to be. Todd Howard is still there. Well, I'm sorry. People can say what they want about him. And I know, King, I'm sorry I'm yapping so much. But Todd Howard is still there. And he knows, hey, this is how we can make a great Elder Scrolls game. I hope he's doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I know he can still do it.
Maddie, that was more his point, that it was bad design choices, and I think that's exactly what you're talking about. And it goes all the way back to Fallout 4. Not only the perk tree, I think, was terrible design choices. The dialogue system, terrible design choices. Moving forward to Starfield, I like Starfield. There's a lot of things about that game I really like, but I think there's a few design choices within the game that really, really hurt the game. So I do believe it's a few design choices. Okay, here's another question, and I know I'm giving you a lot of questions. We've touched on this before, and I hate to really bring this up, but we have to. It just came out in an interview, and it was almost arrogantly said, but it was in a defense of Starfield. In this interview, the Bethesda, I won't name them. Y'all can go read it if you want to. But the Bethesda employee said, these people have been making things since Morrowind, and they know how to make games. Basically saying, we know better than the fans that are griping at us. Well, and I agree. Yes, they know how to do things and all that. But could it be that they have been making things since Morrowind, and maybe it's time for a little new blood? Maybe they've... How can I word it, Joe? We've had the same blood at the top, and I'm talking about Todd Howard, Emil... I can't ever say his name.
Yeah, I know.
Some of the same ones that are doing some of the same things that we gripe about. Do we need changes at those positions if we're ever going to?
King, I don't know. I don't.
I mean, that's a tough question to ask.
This is the thing with Todd Howard, and maybe I have way too much faith in him. Maybe because he's the same guy that doesn't believe that Fallout's 1 and 2 should get a remake or a remaster. He doesn't think that. But he also didn't say that Fallout 3 and New Vegas weren't going to get the remastered treatment. He didn't say that they will, but he didn't say that they wouldn't. He specifically said about 1 and 2 that they would not, at least right now. So that's interesting about 3 in New Vegas, that we could see something. I think we could. I think we will eventually. Don't know when, but eventually. Fallout Day is tomorrow. It depends when you watch this, guys, but Fallout Day is tomorrow. So I don't think they're going to reveal a new game or a remaster. I would love it if they did. I just don't think they will. But this is the first time where they're holding an event on Fallout Day, so I think that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Todd Howard goes, I really think that he doesn't want his legacy to be Starfield. I think he gets like to be his final game to be Starfield. And he doesn't want that to, because people think of him as a guy right now that maybe needs to take a step to the side. And he's...
What do you think?
I believe he's really egotistical, just
Yeah.
like anybody else who would be in that spot.
I know that for a
And
fact.
I think that his ego would not allow him to not make something that would be unforgettable to end his career. And his career's coming to a close sooner rather than later, unless he wants to make games until he's 80. But I doubt that.
Can I tell you my opinion about Todd?
Yeah.
Whatever you may think about Todd personally, or it doesn't matter. That is one talented man. He is very talented. And I believe he is being misused right now at Bethesda. He is in more of an admin position. And he's even admitted this in interviews. He is signing off on things. He is not doing the work that he used to be doing. And I believe that is why the games are hurting. You need to get him back into working more on the games. If you want the Elder Scrolls to be a better game, get him to working on the Elder Scrolls instead of just signing off on things that other people are doing. He is being an admin. He is working on like 9 projects, overseeing them instead of actually working. He needs to be working on the Elder Scrolls 6.
That's what I'm saying though. I don't know if he would want to retire and people having a negative perception of him on his way out. I think Todd Howard has 2 more games. Elder Scrolls 6, and he's going to end it with Fallout 5.
Yeah.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I think he's going to end it with Fallout 5. Especially now, after the booming success of the TV show.
But what about some of those other top quest writers that have been there since Morrowind, and we're having some of the same gripes about some of the quests, some of the not so in-depth story, not great choice. I mean, you're gonna have the same thing until you change.
Absolutely, but the thing is, like I said, Todd Howard's name is linked to this stuff, and he's going to want to go out on a high note. And I think Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are going to be really, really great because he wants to be remembered as one of the greats. And maybe I watch too much sports, maybe I cover too much sports, but from what I think, and I think Todd Howard, and if he doesn't do it, he doesn't do it. But I really think that he knows, hey, the reputation, mine is on the line, and the studios is on the line, and I have to go out on a high note here.
But we said something very similar about Starfield. This is going to be the time for them to redeem themselves.
I know, but Starfield was a bit steep though because it was a new IP.
Yeah.
So to do it with a new IP, that was tough. Yeah. So now it's okay. Elder Scrolls 6, this is probably the last bit here.
I agree.
This is it. But I still think there's still some water in that well. Okay, I still think that there's some.
I know.
In that sponge there's still something in there. I believe that, and maybe I'm just maybe I'm overthinking it or being too dang hopeful. But I truly believe that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be good, King. If I don't believe that, what do I have?
But
what do we have?
If you keep doing things the same exact way, expecting different results, what is that?
I know, but that's my point. I don't think that's going to keep happening. I think they know that they have to change stuff. And I think with Elder Scrolls 6, there's a lot of I thinks in here, but with Elder Scrolls 6, I think they're going to change their approach, because you don't want, after Skyrim, you don't want to soil Elder Scrolls. That's their baby. That's Todd Howard's baby. You don't want to spoil Elder Scrolls.
There's a lot of times that common sense would have told them to do things that we've said. It was kind of like the TV show. That they should have some content ready. Common sense would tell them they need to have content. We screamed it for a year. Y'all need to have content ready. And Todd Howard said it surprised them. that the
I
TV
know
show.
they didn't freaking think that the TV show was going to be this successful.
Well, they didn't listen to us. For a year, we were telling them, you need to have some content. You need to have something ready.
I know. They
So,
didn't.
so just because common sense would tell them to do it different doesn't mean they're going to do it different. You know what I mean?
I know. But then if they don't, King, and if me and you, if the Bethesda brothers don't think that, then Juicehead and Maddie are right.
Yep.
Then they're right. And the point of the episode was to prove them wrong. And that's what I want to do, King.
I know it.
And that's what I think. I really do. I'm not willing to quit.
No.
Because then what happens if Elder Scrolls 6 is a smashing success? What happens if Oblivion, if an Oblivion remake comes out next year? Fallout 3 remake comes out in a couple of years. Elder Scrolls 6 then comes out. Imagine all that content. That would be incredible. That would be absolutely incredible. And then Fallout 5 a couple of years, listen, I know everybody says, oh, it's going to take them 5 years, 6 years to make Elder Scrolls 6. Well, what do you want? How old is Todd Howard? 54 or something?
Yeah, which is very young, by the way.
No, it is.
It's very young, by the way. Let me repeat. It's very young.
No, it is. No, but he's 54.
Yeah.
But
he's older than I am. Just so I want to get that on record.
Yeah. He's made so much stinking money that he might say, "Hey, I want to retire. I want to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, I could leave. I made so much money. I could go." So Elder Scrolls 6 might be it for him, and maybe he'll turn it. Maybe it'll be great.
Okay,
I hope so.
Okay, real quick. I say real quick, but I want to end on this. You say they don't need to try anything new, except for I think the Elder Scrolls 6 we're going to see new things. Like I do think we're going to see ships in the Elder Scrolls 6. I do think we're going to see outright war in the Elder Scrolls 6. What are some things that you think we might see in the Elder Scrolls 6 that is new? Have you thought?
Yeah, I don't. Not that I don't think that they should make anything new and all that. Like, of course I do. With the thing is with Fallout 4, we went into a brand new engine with Fallout 4. Right, it was next gen, if you will. It was a step up from Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah,
but then they didn't carry over the skill tree from those games. They didn't carry over. You had a voice protagonist. Some people enjoyed it. Some people hated it. They changed too much when the game already looked different. If that makes sense. So Elder Scrolls 6 could have new stuff in it, like ships and all that stuff. That's fine. But you also have to bring back a lot of the core things that your fans love, because if you don't do that, you're gonna lose them. Just like they have been.
To make it feel right.
Yeah, they're gonna lose them if they haven't already.
I
hate saying that.
I don't think they have. I think, and sue me, I think Bethesda fans love to gripe. You look at Starfield.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah.
Starfield sold more than any other game, and I think the Elder Scrolls 6 will do the same exact thing. And no matter how, I think the more we go, the more people's going to gripe, but the more people's going to buy them.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
I do hate to see. It's sad. Over the last few years, since Skyrim, Skyrim would be where Bethesda reached what I would say was their top, and then it's kind of gone downhill since then. You want to see them get back to that level because, boy, they were just hitting it out of the park,
And I think they can. I really do. I think they can. But
well, the Elder Scrolls is what to do it with because that's what got them to the top. That's what saved their company with Morrowind. It's what got them to the pinnacle with Skyrim, and hopefully, it's what can get them back with the Elder Scrolls 6.
yeah, I hope so.
Absolutely. Well, do you have anything you would like to add? So I don't think they're bankrupt. I think we've got a lot of good to expect in the future from Bethesda.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not scared or worried about any of it all. I'm really not. And I'm more excited than anything else.
Me too.
About the future.
Me too.
So especially tomorrow. I'm very excited about tomorrow. Because what if if you're watching this later, I apologize. You might know this, so please tell me. What if we see a little Fallout 5 teaser trailer? Not kind of similar to what we saw with Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 in 2018. What if we see something of that nature?
Or a Fallout 3 remaster or a Fallout spin-off.
But just like a teaser trailer, and the game still might be like 10 years away. Yeah. But just a little teaser trailer. Like, hey, we're working on this right now.
I'm just glad we get a Fallout Day now. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and this is the first one. So that means they might want to capitalize on it. And we might see something cool. We may not. But we could. So I'm holding out hope that maybe we do. Because they're hyping it up like crazy, King. They're hyping it up like crazy.
You know what I think? I think Bethesda needs two common sense guys like the Bethesda brothers to help them in marketing and planning for the future. That's what I think.
Hey, I think so too. we should apply. King, we're both college educated men.
That's right.
Right? And I think we should apply. I really do.
Absolutely. Or they should.
So I'll send out an application. You do the same. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. I like it. Well, brother, thank you so much for being on here. Guys, if y'all have not subscribed to Joey Caps Gaming, please do it. Also, congratulations to the Yankees for being in the Super Bowl of baseball, the World Series.
You made me nervous. I was like, did he just say Super Bowl?
The World Series.
Super Bowl.
And Joe has a channel covering those Yankees, so I will put the link in the description below to both of his channels. Y'all be sure and go subscribe to both of those. And if you haven't subscribed to me, please do that as well. Joe, you got anything else?
King, I do not. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait for the next one. And also, too, I can't wait to see what the future holds for both of our channels.
Absolutely.
Our gaming channels.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a good one. So,
well, you're my friend. You're my brother. I love you. Thank you for being here.
You too, brother. Absolutely.
Bye, everybody. I'm KingFanMan. He's Joey Caps. We'll see you later.